between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Giants. Two teams have met in Super Bowl 35 down in Tampa. The Ravens and Giants are underway. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. A man who missed all of 2021. This is J.K. Dobbins. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field in the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress. Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence? It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant. Time to regroup. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense. It's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion. Throwing on third down here. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion. Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Well, when they began that opening drive, they didn't have the best field position, but they were able to move the ball enough, Charles, to just get in his range to take the 3-0 advantage. Absolutely, because considering where they began that series, I think they're pretty happy to be sitting at 3-zip right now. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels. Back to Nwangu again on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. The Giants at 0-5. Just a dismal start to the year. And they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight. And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And a tackle there by Micah McFadden. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Second down, Howell back to pass. That is caught, Rashad Bateman. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. On first down, Howell. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The end result, 21 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
Howell on the QB sneak. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Howell, third and goal. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here. No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Up the middle, Nwangu. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Mayfield keeps it himself, and he is going to have the Giants first down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Justin Madubuike firing across the line there and planting him for a loss.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Mayfield to throw it this time. He's going to look deep for Watkins. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Run. Mayfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Powell. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 66 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0.
Ravens 17, Giants nothing.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yard. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there.
Touchdown! Devin Duvernay, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens continue to pull away here in this first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line.
Kadarius Toney on the return. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Throwing again on second down. Mayfield. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It was Jalen Smith who worked through to make that stop.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll go again with Dobbins. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Powell. Open man is Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Throwing here, Howell. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Isaiah Likely, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Ravens have opened the lead up to 30. Tucker with the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Here's Jackson. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try to draw here with Dobbins. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Going for the deep ball. And this is caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Final play of the half, Mayfield. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. Taken at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now. Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield down. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a give running left is Nwangu. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2nd down, Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Hey, alert 33.
Give left side here for Nwangu. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He was brought down by Malik Harrison. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. A quick throw, but incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. On 4th down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. 2nd down throw for Howell. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Third and 1. Howell's going to throw it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here comes Tony. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Hey, as the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
First play's a run with Nwangu. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And, look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Hey, alert 33. King.
Now Mayfield. He sets to fire deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. picked off by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good can happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Giants take over first and 10.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this. To throw, Mayfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the fourth quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
Hey, alert 33. Hey, alert.
Throwing on second and long. Mayfield going deep here for Watkins. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Run.
Third and long for Mayfield. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Chase Young in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, have a game, sir, why don't you? A sack earlier and an exclamation point here late in the game, and this one won by his side of the ball. They played so well, surprised he didn't get his second sack earlier.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the fourth, Charles, it's really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result. This is Super Bowl-esque, and they've got to feel awfully good about what they put out there today.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Powell try to pick it up on 3rd. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the fourth quarter. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Point it right. Alert.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 33. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
6 yards left on second down. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 77 yards on the ground here for Dobbins. And a first down coming up. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The ball comes out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a rim.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.